All right, here we go, everybody. Welcome to the Metal Blog, episode number 27. Can't you believe it? Can't you believe it? We're having a great time, and one of the most favorite things that we've been doing lately is just interviewing people and getting to talk with musicians and talk about their music that they've got and what they're putting out. So, the great news is we have another good show for you today with another awesome interview. So, we're going to have to take this trio to four now is what we're going to have to do, and just always make sure we have a fourth. The conversations seem to be a lot of fun whenever we do it. So first off, though, check out the Facebook page, check out the Instagram, check out the X account, check out Twitter, or not Twitter, the TikTok. That was the other T that I was trying to think of. And email, metalblocktalks@gmail.com. So, well, first off, the two usuals that we got down here. We got Brutal Brando. Say what's up, dude.
What's up, blockheads?
And Harry Sachs.
Yeah, damn, I need to change my name on here. I keep forgetting it's Harry Sachs, but it doesn't give me an option to change the name. I put my name as Harry Sachs like 2 or 3 months ago, and it just says Harry Sachs on there, I guess. And I have no idea. It doesn't say that to me. So every time he says that, I'm like, for probably about a month and a half, I thought he was really digging in the joke, and I was like, I get it, dude. You call me Harry Sachs, but no, my name says Harry Sachs on there.
Now
that's, so anyways,
that's just what it is.
I thought about making mine Harry Sachs tonight when I saw the prompt.
I mean,
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, Harry Sachs. And today, though, we have special guest with us, Steve Casket. And
Brutal Steve!
Yes, we are so excited. Steve, say hi.
What's up? How's it going, though?
That's
great,
a Steve.
Great.
Steve, hello, if I've ever heard it, man.
What the
fuck with 2Ks.
Yes, that's how you do it.
Oh, that's hilarious. I remember this. All right, so here's what's actually fun. We're going to go back in time a lot. Greg's going to ask you some questions about how things got started. But what's really cool for me is, and I'm going to preface just a little bit of the conversation, because whenever I met Steve, I believe this was like ninth grade, like 98, 1999 time period. And so around the time that most of the people that we talk with was listening to like new metal seemed to be the thing going around. Steve was listening to Cannibal Corpse. Steve was listening to all the bands that I'm listening to today, or got influence from those bands that I'm listening to today. So to say that you were ahead of the game is a bit of an understatement. And whenever I see, after all these years, and I see Steve on social media doing guitar playthroughs for Nile songs and stuff like that, I mean, it just makes perfect sense. And so I, my friend, am honored to be with the legend himself that has never fared away from the brutal, extreme heavy metal music.
Oh man, well that's very nice of you. But, dude, it's all about the brutality for me. Ever since I first started listening to heavy metal music, it's always been about the heaviness. I mean, that's just my thing. No matter what I do, it's gonna be fucking heavy. So, yeah.
Well, I can definitely agree with that. But Greg, why don't you get started with some questions?
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Glad to have you on, Steve. We've got a little bit of metal history ourselves that we had, good times. We'll get into that a little bit later. I mean, we'll definitely get into Horde Casket for sure. But let's have a little introduction. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Norman, Oklahoma, and I pretty much was raised in Dallas, though. But then
Dallas?
Oklahoma, yeah, and that's. When I moved back to Oklahoma when I was like 16, and that's actually when I kind of started getting into death metal, I guess, because my dad was like a huge, country, redneck, Christian kind of guy. He hated heavy metal, so I couldn't listen to that shit.
Yeah,
but my mom didn't care, so.
Hell yeah, that's kind of my next question. What spawned you into getting into metal? At an early age, and how did you get into playing it, turning into making into a musician?
Yeah, well, shit, man. I guess it's always kind of been around my whole life. My cousin, growing up, he was a tattoo artist. And he, he was more of like a punk rocker though. He wasn't like really into like he likes heavy metal and all that stuff, but he was like more into the punk rock stuff.
Anarchy.
Yeah, he was like a traveling punk rocker dude.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
he like hopped
Trains.
trains and
Yeah.
shit, and traveled all over the fucking country, and
Crust
you
punk.
know, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Subsanity, but they're like an old school like punk rock band from here in Oklahoma City.
Probably.
And they were like huge back in like, early 90s, and stuff like that. But I just saw him like,
Oh yeah.
with all his tattoos and his mohawk, and I don't know, just something about it. Just I loved it. I didn't even know what the fuck heavy metal was. The look just kind of made
Yep.
me intrigued. So
Totally get it, man.
I guess. So
Yeah, I get that though, man. Like I had my older cousin, he listened to Pantera and he had a Pantera poster on his wall of Volar Display of Power of the dude getting punched in the face, when I was young, and that shit. Like when he got it right when it first came out, and I was like, I don't know, maybe like first or second grade or something, whatever it was, and it was just like, what in the fuck?
yeah,
And then there's these older guys. I don't mean to interrupt too much. There's these two older guys in my school. They wore Megadeth and Metallica shirts and leather jackets. And I was in third grade when they were in fifth, and I thought that those dudes were like gods. I just couldn't believe that they were real people. Just like you were saying, I was like, they had earrings and shit, and I was like, whoa.
And it's
Yeah.
it's because they're expressing themselves in a way that people are afraid to do, especially back in those days. Man, like
Yeah.
everybody was almost afraid to even be a metalhead because it was just it was crazy.
Yep.
Now everybody, it's like almost like a trend, almost kind of.
Oh, I know. With TikTok and shit, dude, it's like it's pissing me off. Yeah, there's a couple bands right now that are killing me with TikTok. But anyway, sorry.
I don't think
Back to the Steve. No, you don't seem like a TikTok guy.
No, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that shit.
Fuck
I
all
don't
that.
like social media at all, to be honest with you, man. But it's a tool, you gotta.
Yes.
It's like that's where everybody's at, you kind of got to do what everybody does, or else nobody's gonna notice you, I guess. So.
100%, 100%. I didn't mean to steer the conversation there, but back into the world of Steve playing metal at a young age.
Man, we'll talk about whatever. I don't even care. It's all good.
Well, so
sorry, I kind of got off track there for a second, though.
No, that's my bad. But back to you. So when did you first start playing guitar?
Well, I've been playing my whole life. My grandpappy, he was all into like bluegrass, and that's the thing. I couldn't call him grandpa. I had to call him grandpappy. He fucking wore his fucking suspenders and fucking played his fiddle and shit like that.
Hell, that's badass.
He actually taught me how to play guitar, and because he wanted somebody to play fiddle with, and I would just play some chords that he taught me, and even though I hated the music, I just loved the way the guitar felt in my hand, and that's where it all started, really. So,
Killer.
I don't even remember how old I was. I was like probably 5 years old when I even realized what music, like that you could do something with it, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Music's always been a part of my life. I think my whole family is like kind of artistic because either they're playing music or they're making some kind of art in some kind of way. Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
That's cool.
Hell yeah, that's badass. What if you had to nail down some influences and inspirations on what bands really influenced you at an early age, what was it?
Megadeth, Typo Negative, Ozzy, AC/DC, shit, like Creedence Clearwater. I'm like a huge like classic rock fan, actually.
Awesome.
Like,
yeah, I wouldn't have pegged you for that. That's cool. I am too.
Honestly, and really, I grew up with a lot of the old school alternative, like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots. I was into a lot of that shit before I was even into death metal, really. Like, I didn't. So
it was a natural progression.
Yeah. I was like Korn and all that stuff was like kind of after my time, which seems to be a lot of people, I guess. So, but I grew up with like, with the Ozzy and Black Sabbath, early stuff. So,
hell yeah. Sick. So you say you were down in Dallas. When you first started going to shows, was that down in Dallas, or were you up in OKC or like Norman area by then?
No, yeah, that was Oklahoma City. Yeah,
Okay.
when I was living in Dallas, my dad, like I said, he wasn't having any of that shit. But my
Nice.
first ever concert was actually Ozzy Osbourne, uh, Typo Negative, and Sepultura. And
Sick.
I can't even remember what year that was, but I was in middle school. So
Were you a big Typo fan before that show, or did that kind of open
no,
your eyes to them?
yeah, that's how I discovered Typo Negative was.
Oh man,
That's
I love
badass.
I love
God.
Typo Negative,
It
man.
was funny. They played for like an hour and they only played like 3 songs. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Hi.
Dude, I was obsessed with them in middle school. And I mean, in high school, still love them, but man, middle school, I was like trying to be depressed because I love Typo Negative so much. I just like would watch their VHSs, and
yeah.
just like, oh
Oh,
God, I
dude.
loved it.
Actually, yeah, I have that DVD actually, man. Like,
Yeah, After
I had the
Dark.
VHS, but I ended up getting it on DVD.
Yeah, same. I did too when they finally re-released it on DVD. That's badass. I saw you
Like,
guys did a cover, you and Shauna, right? Didn't you guys
uh,
do a Typo
I
Negative
never
cover at one
watched it.
point?
I think we
I
did
think
like
you
three
did.
or four of them.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say you've definitely done Bloody Kisses, and I think you did
yeah. Well, we did "Love You to Death."
Love You to Death. That's what it was. That's what. Yeah.
We did like a death metal version of "My Girlfriend's Girlfriend" or some
That's
shit.
right. Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. My
Yeah,
girlfriend,
it
girlfriend.
was
Yeah, that's a good fucking
super
song.
retarded. I wanted to actually sing it, but I don't got a singing voice, so
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
didn't make sense for her to sing it. So, like,
Yeah, she'll do sound a little better than you will.
right?
Um,
Um,
well, yeah. So on the death metal side, who would you say your influences are? Your main influences? Probably. I know there's some Nile in there for sure. There's got to be.
oh yeah, I've probably seen Nile more than like any band ever. Like they always
Really?
go Oklahoma. Seems like all the time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, Cannibal Corpse for sure. Suffocation, Hate Eternal, Morbid Angel. Shit, man, Immolation. Like like we were talking about earlier, Skeletal Remains is probably my favorite band at the moment.
Hell
These
yeah.
guys rule. Um,
They got a new album out, right?
yeah, they just came out with a new
Yeah,
one.
they did. Hey, so
Mhm.
Steve, do you remember Tales from the Crypt?
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
I actually got like the comic books and all that shit.
oh yeah, that's cool, man. So I did, and I can't remember which track it is from their new album, but I did that song over the Tales from the Crypt intro,
It's like
and
an
dude, it
interlude
fits.
song.
Yeah, it fits. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's like their little interlude. Brandon will probably look it up and remember, but I'll
Yeah.
send it to you, man. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I made it and I sent it to them, and I thought it was cool because they said, "Hey, that's cool. I remember that show," and I was like, "They liked it."
Was
Yeah,
that
dude,
the
I grew up with
ceremony
the
of
show.
impiety?
I think so. Yeah,
It was the like interlude song. Like it wasn't all guitars and drums. It was more.
yeah. It was like a
Would you call it
haunting little
atmospheric
melody.
kind of, like creepy
Uh huh.
atmospheric sound, like in the middle of it.
I'll send it over to you, man. It's really awesome. I don't have it. I don't think I have it as like a normal public view because
Oh yeah,
YouTube wants to like try to tell me there's a copyright infringement.
yeah.
But Skeletal Remains said it was cool. They said it was
Yeah,
cool.
I sent it to
Century
him in
Media said it
Facebook
was
Those
Messenger.
guys, yeah, those Skeletal Remain guys, they're cool as fuck.
cool. Yeah.
All right.
On
Yeah. What was So did you think? What did you think about the Oklahoma scene growing up as a kid? Was it a good scene for metal? And did you were you able to attend a bunch of shows? In high school and your formative years.
well, Oklahoma City's just kind of kind of had its ups and downs, I guess, over the years. It seems like sometimes it'll be just really good, sometimes it's just kind of not. The first death metal show I ever went to was like 1998, and that was Suffocation, and I remember that show being completely fucking insane though.
Yeah.
And I saw Morbid Angel probably just a few months after that, and I remember that being really fucking good too. And actually, Niall played that show.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
but so yeah, I remember those shows being really fucking awesome. But I don't know, man. I mean, Oklahoma City is just kind of one of those cities where sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't really sugarcoat it, I guess. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean for sure. Well, let's get into some of your bands though. I mean, I'd say what all bands have you played in, but I feel like you'd be listing them all night long. But no, I mean, so what was the first death metal band you played in?
The first death metal band I played in was Spinefed. That
Spinefed.
was with this one guy. His name's David Tucker. I don't know if you guys have heard of that guy or not.
I've heard the name for sure. That's familiar.
I know he puts on a lot of shows in like Tulsa and stuff like that,
Okay,
but
yeah, I've probably
that was his
seen his
band.
name.
And there was another guy. His name was Evan Williams and Mark Davis. But that was the first band. We actually, in the very first show that I actually played with them was actually the very first Maryland Death Fest. It's
Oh,
fucking,
sick.
we were like the first band that played the second day.
Damn.
Um, and yeah, I mean, for a first show with a band, I mean, that's pretty fucking insane. Because I think I might have played like maybe 3 shows before that
In your
ever.
life, yeah.
Yeah, it was insane, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick as fuck.
Wow.
I don't remember if anybody liked us or not. They probably didn't, but
Yeah, yeah.
it was still fun to play it though. And it just say that I got that in my kind of a resume, I guess.
Killer.
But yeah, that's my first band. So
Yeah, what did that lead into? How did you just give us a
um,
little timeline here of the
you just want
bands?
me, yeah, I don't know how you want me to do this. You just want
Yeah,
me
just
to
go for it. Yeah, I don't either.
and then after that, Septic Devourment was kind of formed
Epic
out of that.
Devourment.
Yeah, that was me and Derek
Fuck yeah, I remember that.
and a few other guys that were in Spinefed, but then and then that kind of transformed into Human Meat Market, and then
That's right.
I actually ended up moving to Amarillo and joined Infliction. I don't know if you guys have heard of those guys, but they used to
I
be like
remember
real
that.
big. They used to be like kind of not really a big band, but they had a pretty good following. They were
Yeah.
signed to a label and all that stuff. But when we went on tour and all that stuff, but I wouldn't really say we were like super huge or anything, but it was fun.
Killer.
Let me think. And then after that, moved back to Oklahoma, and that's actually when Steve Casket started. Was after Infliction around what 2007, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then and really that was kind of it after that.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
did formaldehyde, didn't you? What was that?
oh well, that was recently. The past 3 years. That was that formal. You know what's kind of crazy about formaldehyde actually is the very first death metal show I ever went to was Suffocation, and formaldehyde was actually the first band that actually opened up that night, and so they were actually like the very first death metal band that I actually saw live. That's fucking kind of crazy. Fast forward 20 years, and I meet Greg Duke, and and we were always friends, and we were kind of just always talked about doing projects together and shit. And then just out of nowhere, we were just like, hey, I like finally got like my own stuff to kind of like record myself and just do my own little projects. And he's like, hey, can you just like maybe just program some drums for me for some songs or whatever? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then next thing you know it, he's like, hey, you just want to reform my old band Formaldehyde? And I'm like, sure, why not? And next
Sick.
thing you know it, I'm playing in the band the first death metal band I ever saw live. I mean, not that Formaldehyde is a huge band or anything, obviously.
That's
Yeah,
cool
I
as
think
hell.
that's awesome.
I
Very
didn't
cool.
realize that it was a resurrected band. I thought it was a band that you and Greg had
Oh no, yeah,
and
they've
whipped
actually been
up.
around. Yeah, Formaldehyde was actually around in like some shit. It's been
Okay.
around for years. Yeah, it's
Okay,
great.
shit. I didn't know that.
He had like demo tapes and all sorts of shit floating around back in the day. So
Badass.
they never did
Badass.
anything, didn't release anything like official or anything, but they did have like kind of a small like underground following.
Cool. Sick. Awesome. So how long? So is Hordcast still active?
No, because now it's all about Brutal Torment, and
Okay.
that's basically Brutal Torment is what I'm doing now, and that's we're basically what I would have done if Fort Casket would have continued, just under a different name. So
Okay. Cool. Sick. Are you guys? Did I see you're signed to a label already, or is that wrong? No.
we're talking to some,
Okay.
but
Talking to
nothing.
some. I don't know why I thought I'd seen some official. Maybe that was just some old Horde Casket news that I'm remembering.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, sick, sick. So when are you going to start releasing some music? That I know we got to hear a song that the world has not heard yet. And it was badass. So I'm stoked to see the response on that single.
Well, hopefully it's soon. We're just taking our time with it, trying to make sure everything's perfect, ready to go. We're trying not to get too excited because we want to fucking show everybody, but we're just trying to be picky and for the right reasons,
Yeah,
stuff like
as you
that.
should.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean we're stoked though. And thank you. I'm glad you guys like what you heard so far.
Yeah,
Loved it,
yeah.
man. It's really cool.
I'm ready for you to drop us the rest of the album.
Yeah.
I can send you guys maybe a link later to hear the rest of it, but it's all like raw and unprocessed. It's like it probably doesn't even sound good right now. So
Hey,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
roll
But,
this. We'll
but you
jam
do
it.
have the
Yeah.
hell yeah, you do have the rest of the album
oh
recorded.
yeah, it's all recorded like demo style, and we're just
Sick.
kind of like me and the rest of the band are just kind of passing along, just kind of taking notes and what we should do and all that stuff. But so they're like not even finished, but I mean I'm okay with you guys hearing others. So
Yeah, that's sick.
Awesome.
That's cool.
maybe you guys could tell the world about it with your famous podcast.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's right. We're climbing the ladder, baby. That's right.
No,
That's-
dude, I checked out some of y'all's shows, man. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that's
thanks,
kind of what it's really all about. Yeah, thank you very much. It's really just about like getting to hang out with a bunch of homies and at the same time talk about some awesome music and hopefully spread some awareness of the music that is coming out that you guys are putting out, that some of these other artists are putting out that we're getting a chance to talk to, and hopefully people will walk away and listen to something new. That's the idea.
Yeah, man, and that's a good thing you guys are doing too, man. This is awesome. So,
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk about jamming. Do you guys jam in person, or do you guys mostly send stuff online back and forth? What's your preferred method?
yeah, unfortunately, we haven't jammed in person. I've never even actually met the drummer.
Oh,
in
really?
person.
Okay.
It's in Finland, actually.
Oh, shit.
Um,
All right.
So if for some reason we start playing shows, we're gonna have to figure something out. Um, but his name is Miko Koskinen, and he plays in a band called Proscription, and another band called Verification. I think that's how you say it. I don't know,
Okay.
but they're from Finland, and they're just a bunch of kids, and they're a pretty new band, but they're really good. And the vocalist is Corey Athos. He used to play in a band called Flesh Consumed, and now he plays
Okay.
in a band called Sadistic Hallucinations. And the bass player is Mike Paggion, and he actually played in Monstrosity for almost 20 years.
Shit.
And not anymore, but his most recent stuff is Hypoxia
Okay. I
and
know what that is.
Doomzilla. So that's his
Cool.
most recent stuff. So you guys should check that shit out. It's pretty cool stuff. So,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
That's
we'll do.
but
Powerhouse
anyway,
lineup.
I said all that. I'm like promoting their bands, but no, we don't jam together at all. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's sick that you're able to get all that done. How'd you recruit everybody?
I just emailed them and was like, "Hey, you guys want to make some fucking death metal?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah!" And
That's
that
great.
was it.
That's
I
sick.
remember you making a post about a bassist, and
Yep.
I was all like, "Oh, this is my chance!" And You know, but we had a whole bunch of going on, but I think you got a good ensemble of people, man.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. I'm sure if you would have hit me up, who knows, man? You never know.
But man, I think, you know, things
That's
work
right.
out for the reason, and the guy you got is top notch.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's amazing, dude. Like, from what I've heard so far, man, it's just, man, it blows my mind. Like, it's like he can just take a simple riff and make it 10 times more interesting just with the bass. It's almost like, you know, most bass players are just like, they're just kind of following along the guitars and just kind of, and it's almost blends in so much that you can't even hear it. But like, you can hear his bass, man. And like, I almost have to like treat it like a third guitar, like almost, because he's like doing so much crazy shit that I'm just like, man, people got to hear that shit. You know, I don't want it to just be a background thing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's real cool whenever the bass can add to the music like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But yeah, yeah, he's fucking sick, dude. I'm fucking stoked. It's like a dream come true jamming with that dude, for sure, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
That's awesome, man. It's good to find good people that you click with and write music well with, you know, because that's a big part of being successful, I think, you know.
Yeah, it really is. And that's one of the reasons why I have to look outside of Oklahoma, too, because it's just, I mean, there's just a handful of people actually doing it here, and the ones that are doing it are basically already doing it with people, so it's just hard.
Small pond to choose from.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. It's hard to get people to actually commit and get serious about it. Well, I guess back to my
I am
little
actually
list.
jamming with some people on the side. Actually, I don't know if I can actually talk about it though, but there are a couple of people that stopped jamming in a band that I'm actually jamming with at the moment. So, but maybe I can talk about that later.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll talk about that off script. You know, maybe we'll have to do a whole new interview about it. But anyways, so what would you say the best tour you've ever done was?
The best tour that I've ever done?
Yep.
Well, the only the longest tour I ever did was with Vor and Center of Disease, and that was pretty cool. I wouldn't say that was the best tour I ever did though. Probably the best tour I ever did was only like probably a 3-day tour with Inherit Disease, and I believe Condemned was with us, but it was only like Oklahoma City and like I think Austin and like El Paso or something. But that shit was fun. Oh, just being on the road with Inherit Disease. Those guys were cool as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Condemned guys were pretty cool too. So,
awesome.
But yeah, oh yeah, and there was one time when I was in Infliction and we toured with Sleep Terror. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah. Yep.
He used to be like just a one-man band. I think he's got more guys in the band now, but that was
it's like Luke Nagel or some shit, or Luke something. I can't remember what his name is. Yeah, yeah.
It's him and Lord Marco. It's just the two of them, I think. Lord Marco's playing drums.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't in it when I went on tour. I think it was just that one guy. And he was using a drum machine.
Right.
But it was still pretty fucking cool. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, we had some pretty cool shows in Horde Casket. I mean, when I was in it for that short stint like that, we went to the Gathering of the Sick and fucking
that was a good
took
time.
Derek out there. And then we had that show where we drove like all the way down to Austin and like damn near back in the same fucking night and shit. And like that was.
Dude,
we played a 6 show in Austin though. That was cool.
Dude. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh,
yeah. Remember it was like outdoor on a fucking like outdoor stage, and it got packed all of a sudden. On the inside, they were having some Jägermeister Fest, and everybody poured out for it. It was out on 6th Street. That was fucking awesome.
It was weird, man, because like nobody was out there all night, and then we got on there, and everybody was there. Like, what
the kids moshing and shit. It was just like, I'd never been to Austin. Like, we pulled up on the 6th Street, and I was like, I don't know, just playing that outdoor venue. That was super cool, dude.
That was fun, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember who the fourth amigo was on the Gathering of the Sick?
Fourth Amigo. Oh, I remember you. I remember
Jimmy.
You
yeah, Jimmy was there. Yeah. I totally I forgot about that. And I was asking him something. He was like, "Yeah, I was with you," and I was like, "Holy shit, you were with you!" And we stayed at
I remember.
Ray's apartment, or Whose apartment did we stay at?
No. That was a different one. I drove us home that night after the show.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, Steve.
Oh, no,
Steve
I
started.
was thinking about a different one. My
Steve
bad.
started
That's right.
We were in your vehicle, Steve, and Derek was with us. And I remember it was after the show, and we were like, "Yeah, we don't have any money for a hotel." We were like, "Let's just drive home." I think a couple hours in, Steve, you were like, "Guys, I'm done." And I mean, we
I get pretty cranky when I'm on the road.
So we hung out with the bands afterwards. After the show was over. And so, I mean, they're like kicking everybody out. It's like 2 a.m, and we're like, what are we going to do? And so we're like, I guess go home to Oklahoma. And, we had a total Super Troopers moment. I don't know if you guys remember, but like we were driving down the road and we just I think Derek's the one who was like, guys, there's a cop behind us. And, we're like, crap. And, so we're all like, act cool.
We had a bunch of weed on us, too.
And I remember we pulled over, and that cop went around us and kept on going. And we were like, that's awesome.
Man.
So, anyway.
No, I meant on the way out there, we stayed at, what was the bassist name in Horde Casket?
Raymundo?
Raymundo. We went and crashed at his place because I'll never forget it. I slept on a floor right next to Derek. We pulled in town like super late night. And he let us come lay on the floor. Remember that was a different show in Amarillo that we stayed at that apartment. Did we not do that with you, Zumi?
No, but we stayed at a hotel room.
Okay, that must have been it. We played a few shows, but we played a few shows in Amarillo with Horde Casket.
Yeah, there was one fest that we all did together. It was Underwood Massacre. Were you guys? Is that what you? Guys were?
Yeah. We were maybe undevout at that time.
You also jammed with the Horde Casket that same day or some shit.
Yeah, that
was in Amarillo. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that called? Like the Day of the Dead Festival. I can't remember. It was like Hell Over Amarillo or some shit. I can't remember. Yeah. That was cool.
I think I still have the flyer upstairs in my guitar case, actually.
Yeah. I know I have it saved on Facebook somewhere. That's sick.
I'm pretty sure I have it upstairs.
Fun times, guys. I guess I can get back to this list here. If there's any band that you could, like, let's say Brutal Torment starts touring one day and Homeboy moves over from Finland. If there's any band you could ever, like, tour with, to go on the road with, who would it be? Like as your band is the supporting act.
Like a big band or
the band of your dreams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Morbid Angel or Cannibal Corpse. I mean, any death metal band would probably want to tour with those guys. But if I was to go any smaller than that, probably like Immolation or Hate Eternal.
Okay.
Man, I mean,
no Suffa?
I gotta
no
be
Frank.
Honest with
Yeah, no Frank.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Of I can't be. Yeah.
You're not been to the new Suffa too much.
Not really.
I hear you.
Yeah, it just ain't the same without Frank. To be honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of a lot of their newer stuff since like Soul City Night. I did kind of go through a phase where I liked that stuff, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, no, hey, I get it, man.
But if Frank came back and Doug Cerrito for some reason came back and did like a reunited Suffocation like old school tour, then I would. Yeah.
yeah. Like I'd open up that fucking bill every night, damn it.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. I've seen Suffocation a lot of times, and I've only actually seen them one time without Frank, and it just wasn't the same for me. And I didn't see him with the guy they have now. Who's the guy they have now?
Ricky
Discord or something.
Yeah, Ricky Meyer.
Meyer.
I never saw him, but.
Yeah, I get. Jimmy saw it and Brandon saw it. They said it was good. They said it.
I thought he did
pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, and I appreciate that they're still doing it, and and all that stuff. But
it's just not for you.
Yeah, it's all good though.
No, absolutely.
If I saw Terrence Hobbs, I'd still go up to him and shake his hand and tell him I'm a big fucking fan now. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Terrence is fucking sick. Any shows tours you're going to go see that are announced for this year so far?
Cryptopsy. I want to go see that here in a few weeks. Did you say go see a show? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry. I want to go see the Morbid Angel. Actually, Suffocation is going to be opening up for that one.
That
The
Devastation on the Nation.
It'll probably be when I see Suffocation with the new lineup finally. But I want to see that one actually.
Yeah, that's a cool
that's
lineup. He always does a really good job. That's Daniel Defonce as well. That's his tour. He brought that. He resurrected that thing. Kind of turned it into like a black metal tour there for a little while, and now it's kind of like gone back to death metal. But it's people are raving about it. They fucking love that tour now.
Right. It's better than the other one that whatever it's called. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. What's the other one that everybody thinks is a big deal, but it turned into like a big deathcore?
Summer Slaughter. Oh man, Summer Slaughter, dude, they totally destroyed that, man. That was Necrophagus and Cattle Decap and fucking all these sick bands. I mean, it was like the sickest shows. Decapitated, Origin, Decrepit Birth. I mean, yeah, it was there, and now they turned that thing into just a big deathcore party. Which no, thank you. Sure, tickets are probably $100.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no. You got any albums you're looking forward to being released this year?
I can't think of anything. Other than the new Skeletal Remains, I need to actually kind of get back on top of things because I haven't really checked out anything new.
Just start talking to Brando. I'll give you 15 bands a day.
Suggestion for you. It just came out last Friday. I've been obsessing over it since Friday, and it's the new Severe Torture. It is sick.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
dude,
it just came out
from the jaws of death. It came out last Friday. It's good, man. I've been listening to it for days, since it came out.
Like that one. I love Severe Torture, man.
Yeah, so it's been 14 years. 14 years, I think, since they've released anything new.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's good.
Then I'm definitely checking it out. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, you told me about that yesterday. You were reminding me to listen to it yesterday, Brandon. I jammed it a couple times today at work, and you're right, dude. It's sick. It's kind of like some of it reminds me of like old school Deicide at some point. Some of it reminds me of like Vital Remains almost. Okay, Vital Remains almost. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's got like a few different sounds to me, but yeah, it's sick. I like the production on it. It's not like overdone. I thought that New Deeds of Flesh was a little bit overdone on the production wise, but that's where I was afraid to. But no, it's sick.
I wasn't too big on that New Deeds of Flesh either. I thought it was cool that they pay tribute to Eric and Mark the way they did, but I'm just not a fan of that style.
Yeah, same. The sound, it was just way overproduced. It sounded super like plasticky almost, but again, dude's amazing, memorial great to them, all that stuff, but just wasn't my jam.
Right.
But let's see.
I'm an old fucking dude, I'm all old school, so like it's hard for me to get into like a lot of this modern stuff. Really, actually, I like probably Revocation is probably one of the newest actual bands.
Yeah.
Are they even considered new? I don't even know. They're new to me.
Newer, I mean, newish, but I think they've probably been around for long enough to not be new, but they're definitely like on the edge of metal though,
See, I'm like an old school metal guy that don't know shit about metal.
Hey, you like though. So on that note, what else besides Skeletal Remains have you been listening to?
I just I've been kind of going like kind of being like all nostalgic. I've been kind of like on a vinyl kick lately, collecting like a bunch of old stuff on vinyl. So I've been just listening to a lot of old stuff, to be honest with you. Other than Skeletal Remains, I can't even think of anything really.
What's the most recent vinyl that you got?
Skeletal Remains.
How about that? That's cool.
And actually, I got the new Cryptopsy. That was actually probably one of the newest vinyls that I got.
Oh yeah, sick. So you're actually getting metal vinyls. I didn't know if you meant like classic rock, kind of southern rock vinyls, or
I
like
do that
death
too,
metal.
but yeah. I don't have a whole lot of. I collect mostly like death metal vinyl, I guess. But even though I don't really listen to like Like when it's funny because like when I'm at home, I'll listen to death metal more than like if I'm like out and about, like in my car or like at work, I'm like listening to like classic rock or something. It's kind of weird. But when I'm at home, that's when I'm jamming death metal. So.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's kind of the same way I am. Well, yeah, I listen to like all sorts of shit when I drive around, I guess, but yeah. What I know you said that, and well, I know that you guys recorded your album. That's gonna be like a goal for you in 2024. But what else are you trying to put out this year? Anything else music wise besides the Brutal Torment album? Any more Formaldehyde?
No, I don't think I'm doing any more Formaldehyde. But me and Sean and my girlfriend, we got another project, black metal thing that we're working on. We
That's
got
right.
an EP that we're kind of working on. We actually got 2 singles out for that. Which is another band I guess I forgot to mention earlier. You're right. I got so many projects. I can't.
Yeah.
But
What's the name of the black metal one?
Incantatrix.
Incantatrix. I was about to say Incantatrix, but yeah, it's sick, dude. She's got good vocals. She does some highs on it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they sound good, dude. She kills it on there. I remember that.
It's pretty fun, making black and death metal with my girlfriend, man.
Fuck yeah. That's some Peter Steele type shit right there, dude.
Yeah, dude. And, yeah. She's awesome though, man. She's an awesome keyboard player too,
Yeah, she is.
So and
photographer too.
She pretty much does all my stuff for me, like all my graphic design stuff, all the band stuff I do. She pretty much makes me look good. If I didn't have her doing all that shit for me, I'd probably be just using my phone and it'd be all blurry, like I'd look like shit all over again. So
well, good. Kudos to her.
Does she do the artwork for your bands?
No, she doesn't actually do the artwork, but like the graphic design, like say if like the CD, like the layouts for the CD covers,
yeah,
like she'll design that. Like we'll get the artwork and she'll manipulate it however she needs to make everything work. So yeah, but
cool.
Yeah.
Do you have like one artist that you go to, just since I asked about the artwork, or do you usually have a different person?
I do have a favorite artist, Rudy, Gorging Suicide. I don't know if you guys have heard of that guy. He's my favorite. He's done a lot of stuff for what's a stabbing? I know, like they're kind of like a bigger right now. I know they done stuff for them, and I know and Flesh Hoarder. I don't know if you guys have heard of those guys.
Yep.
But he's my favorite. I've used John Zig. He's done stuff for Suffocation. But I can't really. Those are like the main 2 guys that I usually use.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there's like some like maybe smaller, like unknown artists that I like to try to use the unknown guys. Because I feel like a lot of these other bigger artists, get enough business, and I like to kind of help out the younger like unknown guys that have potential.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's super cool. Is there a song you'd want us to play on here that you prefer? One of your bands? I know you probably can't play the Brutal Torment song yet, but Zumi has the ability to play a song on here. So, is there anything you'd prefer?
Fucking man, play it. There ain't no reason not to.
All right, there you go. It'll be the release.
We're not under any like contract or anything, so if a handful of people or however many people hear it, then fuck it.
Send it. All right, there we go.
That's awesome.
First.
Well, that's cool. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, man,
I appreciate
I'm
that.
all cool about that, dude. Yeah, fucking play it.
The Metal Block proudly presents the world premiere of Brutal Torment's debut single, Murder the World. Enjoy.
It'll be kind of like a sneak peek for whoever listens to the show. Yes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll start promoting it on Facebook, the episode and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's all the questions I had, man. I really do appreciate it, dude. Seriously, that was fun.
Yeah,
Hey,
sorry if I ramble sometimes. I get on a rant.
That was good. It was great.
No, that's
conversation.
Great.
Yeah, that's perfect. So, hey, I was wondering, because you are also a comic book fan.
Oh yeah, huge.
So, who's your favorite comic? I mean, it doesn't even have to be a superhero, but what do you like the most? Because you get all kinds of stuff. Like, I've seen some of the stuff you get, and you're like me. Like, you're like getting Ninja Turtles or Predator.
I love Ninja Turtles, especially right now, man. Oh fuck, dude. They got like the new guy that's like writing them right now, and it blew my fucking mind, dude. Like, check it out. It just came out like last Wednesday. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha #1. It's off to a fucking amazing start. All I can say is Donatello is like imprisoned, it's kind of like a Hunger Games scenario, but in like Hostel, kind of like where people come and they pay money to like hunt these like the mutants or whatever or some shit. But Donatello is like trapped there. But that's all I'll say about it. But yeah, so watch Ninja Turtles and come sue me for talking about it. Shit.
Yeah. And that's a comic.
Yep.
Yeah, it's comic. Man, Ninja Turtle comic books blow away the movies, man.
Really? Hell yeah.
But, that's not my favorite though. I like Batman's my all-time favorite, but at the moment, I'm really into Conan the Barbarian. Actually, I'm huge into that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Conan's been one of those stories that's been all across a whole bunch of different comic book brands, a bunch of different time periods, and I mean, my dad gave me some Conan the Barbarian comics from like the 70s,
Oh, yeah. And what's cool now is they're making them now to where they're more reminiscent to like the old ones, kind of like the 70s, where they actually like would show like naked chicks and like brutality, people get their heads chopped off and shit. I mean, that was like the real Conan comics.
Yeah.
But
there's Conan and even Red Sonja was like that a little bit back then.
Yeah,
a lot.
And they still make a lot of Red Sonja comics. I haven't read those in a while though, but yeah, huge comic books fan.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I'm always trying to find good deals on comics. I go through the dollar comic book bins like all the time looking for.
Yeah, dude. Every time I go to a comic store, I'm always going through everything, see if I can find something rare that I'm looking for. Yeah, dude.
And what's really fun about comic books is whenever you're searching for them, like, you have an idea of what you want, but the more and more you start looking, the more and more like incomplete things that you have. And then you're all like, I mean, I can't tell you how many times, for the longest time, I wanted to buy a bunch of Magnum Robot Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and actually,
it's like almost kind of like a never-ending like thing.
Yeah. And I've got some of them that I've got like 5 of them because I couldn't remember. Do I have this one? Do I not have this one?
But then sometimes they'll have like 10 different covers of one comic book.
The variants, yeah.
Or 20 different.
And then you're like, oh, great. Now I've got to get 5 covers for all 500 issues.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's like a never-ending rabbit hole, dude.
Oh, man. 100%. It is fun.
Comics ain't just for kids. So.
Nope.
That's right.
I dig them a lot. And, my favorites are actually the short, like, series. And I like crossovers a lot. I like whenever you get, like, RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. Yeah. One character I'm really kind of getting into also is Judge Dredd, and there's a lot of like
Yeah.
old Judge Dredd versus Batman and like or whatever versus Spawn or whatever, some shit. Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, that's very, very cool, man. Well, cool. I just wanted to talk a little bit about comics just for a second.
Shit, I can talk about comics probably. Dude, I think I consider myself more of a comic book fan than a heavy metal fan, to be honest with you. Dude, I've been a comic book fan since birth, dude. Like, yeah. I popped out and I was Batman. And I am Batman to this day because I actually do insulation, and it's funny because the insulation that we hang is called bats.
A bat.
So I'm a Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was kind of retarded. But anyway.
No, you're good. You're good.
Hey, we love that kind of stuff, man.
Hell yeah. Dad jokes
All right, cool.
win.
All right, well, I think we're about done.
Yeah, that's
I had a lot of fun, dude. So.
Yeah, Steve, thanks so much for stopping by and just chatting with us just for a second. We're really excited about Brutal Torment and everything that you've got coming out now. The new stuff to come. We want to keep hearing some more music, man, and really excited for all the work you've done too, just putting this group of guys together from obviously all over and being able to make it work. So kudos to you, my friend. And the music's great, as everybody has either already heard or is about to hear, but they know it's great.
Thank you very much, man. That means a lot. So.
Oh yeah, it was good talking to you, man.
Hell yeah, man. It's been forever, and shit, we should probably do this more often, really, man.
Yeah,
no shit.
Anytime, man. You can just hit us up, let us know, what's on your mind. If you want to hop on the show or something, yeah. It's like
want to review a new album,
Yeah.
You should start having guest spots for cool little album review or something,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys have like an album and you want my input, my top 5 or stars or whatever, then I'm down.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
awesome,
I like
man.
that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, looking forward so much to some Brutal Torment. Brandon, you were about to say something.
I was going to say, go listen to that Severe Torture, dude. I think you'll like it.
Well, dude, I am. Yeah, it's
you
on my it's on my to-do list now. So, yeah,
if you like
I'm a
black
huge
and
Severe
death
Torture
metal,
fan.
check out Kires from Italy.
So what's that again?
If you like black and death metal, check out Kires. Kères. Yeah.
Okay.
They just put one out. Was that earlier this year? I forgot. It was. I think that was in 2024.
Black metal a lot lately, actually, because I used to not be into black metal at all. But ever since I got with my girlfriend now, Shauna, man, I've been kind of more into it lately, and so I'll definitely check that out. My favorite black metal band at the moment is actually Nord Jevil. I love those dudes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, anyways, I could ramble on forever. You guys shut me up, dude.
Yeah, no, we could actually do the same, but I mean, thanks for your time tonight. As everybody knows, it's getting dark. Actually, I ran out of light. I didn't realize my light was off. And so I'm sitting here in like the shadows, like right up against the screen so everybody can still kind of see me. But, it's late, Steve, and we know that you're a busy, busy man. So thanks for your time tonight. And we just look forward to more and more metal. So keep us updated. For everybody out there, go follow him on Facebook. Go check out the new Brutal Torment pages. We'll do some sharing on our side again, just so that, if you can't find it and you want to come to ours, it'll be there. So look for everything that they've got coming out. Steve Casket and Metal On. Metal Block over and out.
Later.
Fuck yeah.
Peace out, blockheads.